Welcome back to Study Break. It's me, Jared Voswinkle, with Lilly Percival, Campbell Duffy, and Olivia Rose McCain. This is Study Break number 29.
We're traumatized.
Crazy.
I realize that we don't introduce ourselves at the beginning of study.
Yeah, that was weird.
It's
It's kind of like if you're listening to the Study Break, we're on the same page.
You know what the deal is.
You know what we're doing.
Yeah.
We're getting down to business. Did y'all know it was her?
No.
I knew it was her.
Yeah.
No.
But like in a good, not in like a, oh, it's easy.
Yeah.
Like in like a good way. It was like well done. And I figured it out. You know
Also,
what I mean?
I named her Sheik because of like Sheik is Zelda and spoilers in Ocarina
Big
of Time.
spoiler.
There's like a character.
That's why I figured it out. Once you said her name was Sheik, I was like, oh my God, it's her.
Well, I didn't know anything about that.
Well, neither does Sawyer. So that's why Sawyer did not know it was her.
No, as
Lily
real
knew.
Campbell, I was like, wow, what a like beautiful, like, oh my God.
I was over here crying.
I was like so emotional about like having to talk to her like widow.
Campbell was like holding back tears the whole time.
I still was emotional about it because it is emotional.
Yeah.
But
I fucking knew it was her.
I knew it was
When Mrs. Weatherfeather.
But I love it. I love when people can figure it out. And so people who like know Sheik are going to be like, something's up. And I don't know, maybe even if you don't know that, I think like you still can be like, oh, is it her? Because we know she's a private person. We know she had all those locks. I mean, you know that just that.
But also,
like, I feel like we already knew that she was like high security.
When Mrs. Weatherfeather was like, oh, she went to the hospital and died there, I was like, that's what I'd tell somebody too if I wanted.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was so good.
I'm excited.
I just don't trust
anybody. It also
anybody.
makes me wonder what would happen if you had, because like you had that dream as a kid where you came in contact with Terra. And like, I don't know if the dragon thing is like a puberty thing or what, but it like, you know, if you and Terra interacted at the stage you are now with your dragons kind of like fighting for your soul or whatever's going on, would Terra have that same reaction? Like, would y'all have that volatile nature between you?
I don't know.
That's what that made me wonder.
Like we got to get into like, what does she think of the Ruidons?
Obviously.
Because she knows
like what?
she's a Ruidon.
Obviously, the red dragon Ruidons know so much more about the blue than the blue know about the red.
Dragon Ruidons are like, we know that like the princeps said like somebody put this curse on you, or like I don't know if the princess called it a curse, but they basically were like somebody put this on you and like
sorry,
you don't have a choice.
You're gonna have a tough
life. And Theodrix was like, I did not choose you. No offense. Theodrix was like, no, somebody engineered this.
I wrote a lot of stuff to learn in later from Priscilla, if you guys talk to her. But
well, that sucks because we're just gonna have to kill her.
Yeah, you're just gonna have to kill her, I guess.
No. If it's the last thing I do, I will interrogate someone's ass.
But it's a lot though. It is a lot, and I was like looking at. I mean, and you know, we can show
stuff
it can go.
That I didn't get because I didn't ask the questions, or is
no.
Oh, okay.
This is stuff for later.
Like if she doesn't kill all of us first.
If she doesn't kill me first.
Yeah.
No, we can take her.
But it's more of like, what does she know? Like why? Like exactly.
Why does she want to kill me?
Yeah.
Did that count as a short rest?
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Also, like, why did she like let you in?
She let me in to figure out why I was there and then kill me.
But she let the rest of us in.
Yeah.
Three against
we
one.
know.
Because you're with me, I guess.
3 against 1 ain't good odds.
I think we can talk her down. I mean, we'll have to fight her.
I think.
But then I think we can be like, hey, it's life or death, and Esta has way more in common with you.
I'm questioning the systems I believe in, I swear.
I promise I'm not a Ruidon like that.
Well, we'll have to fight her, tie her up in a chair, and then ask her questions.
Easy.
Easy peasy.
I bet we'll fight her and then she'll portal away like everybody else.
Let's go back to the beginning of this episode where we started off with our crazy opening of people leaving the table, coming back.
Yeah, that was weird.
That was wild. I watched a bunch of TikTok, so.
Campbell had a good time.
I get to hear all of it.
Get to hear all.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, the tea. I'm not going to get to hear it until like this episode comes out.
Yeah.
Which will be ages
Forever.
Forever.
It's a really funny thing to do because then you would just immediately were like, oh, well, you find her.
Yeah.
So like it was a nice way to build up some actual like panic. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? We can't find her.
I was panicking, and I was not like necessarily expecting to like find her right away. So it was really real for me.
Well, I mean,
it was like real relief, but it was also real like I don't know if she's going to be on the ship.
In my mind, it is more of like building more stuff because I knew y'all were gonna find her. I knew where she was.
Yeah.
But it is kind of instilling a little bit more. But then y'all had the little scene where y'all talked it out, which was really good, which I think, I don't know, if there's no more like arguing or anything. It led to a good scene of y'all just talking to each other.
It felt very mature for the age we were at.
Very true. It's very true. Well, I mean, it's hard to role play good kids who, it's hard to play characters anyway that are like, have a problem that you can solve easily.
Yeah. That's my flunk for myself is I could have been a little more of a shit, I think.
I could have been more of a shit too.
But
we could have been shittier.
We both could have been shittier.
But it's still I don't know, it still sows and like reaffirms those like seeds of like doubt in like all three of our minds. Of like,
but I also think us playing more mature, like we have been through a lot. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And we also like did that right after TPing a ship. So maybe balance is good. I'd like to run it back. I want to know what everybody ranked everything.
I'm not telling.
You're not telling.
I was going to say no, you don't want to rank.
That would ruin the whole thing.
Yeah.
Well, I was snooping on Campbell's.
No, that was for everyone's
I wouldn't put it past
private.
Campbell to snoop on anyone's. So
I wrote mine really quickly. Oh, well, now I'm snooping on yours.
Okay, I'll tell everybody mine.
Okay.
Unless you don't want me to.
I mean, I was going to say keep it secret as in like you can think that other people in the party don't have your priorities as much as you do. But if you want to
I saw that Sawyer was in third place.
I mean, if you want to share them and make them hard, then sure.
Well, it's what's at the top. It's what's the front of my mind.
You're not in third place. I am. You're number 2.
Yeah.
I am?
Yeah.
And I'm number 3.
Haha. I thought I'm listed third on the like in the lineup, and then there's numbers next to them, but I didn't see the numbers next to them. So I thought I was number 3.
Yeah.
But actually I'm number 2 above Esta.
I thought you were responding to my number 8 slot.
Oh, well, that is crazy, actually.
Would you put as a number 8?
Myself.
Yeah. No,
Looking at that, I thought because Beans is like first on because Jared gave us all the list and Beans was first. So I was just looking at yours and I thought that like you would put Beans first.
Oh, no.
And I was like, huh.
Would you reorder yours?
Not telling you. But anyway, yeah, I thought it was Beans number 1 and I was like, it's number 1. And then I was like, maybe Beans.
Beans number 8.
Beans number 1.
Yeah.
Beans number 8.
I will say that was not the only it's like some people leave the table idea I had for this session. I assume it will be next session that it happens.
Good. Next time, can Campbell leave?
Yes.
Yes. She's going to go cry in there. She's going to feel left out.
Yeah, I am.
But I'm gonna say Campbell won't be alone.
Oh, so Lilly can go with Campbell and then I can learn everything?
We'll see what happens. It'll just be
It's just you talking into the mic.
it'll just be me by myself. Hey guys.
All 3 of you leave the table.
Two NPCs have
While
have
I
a
tell the
conversation.
audience something.
Yeah, 2 NPCs have a
The Weaselby
conversation.
kids have like a spin-off episode.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You make us go in the room for like an hour.
Yeah, so we had that kind of crazy opening, and then y'all prank the ship. Y'all have a nice conversation.
Whoa. Capitalism running rampant in this city with a $15 parking fee?
Yeah,
What
they
is this,
said- they said
Austin,
nothing's
Texas?
fucking
Austin, Texas.
subsidized. They said it was getting crazy.
What is
Yeah.
this, a parking garage in Austin, Texas?
They said
really
everything's
15 an
privately,
hour.
Yeah, they said everything's privately owned.
That's
they said
crazy.
you can't get to
Jesus
the upper
Christ.
levels.
Yeah.
It's
I was like-
expensive to go to the upper levels.
You can get there if you're willing to pay.
Maeve Weatherfeather, anarchist.
We're in the middle class level. I'm assuming the one below us is the lower class level.
Well, I
Is
think
the
it's,
gravity different on the
No.
ones that are...
it is like they could just like walk through like there's like bridges
Bridges and
like,
stuff?
The streets are just like bridges, and they just like go down. It's just like instead of the buildings go up, they just go down.
But they like it's like what we perceive as like the top being upside down. That's just like the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It like
so cool.
looks upside down, but like everything is normal.
It's just built.
Understood.
Yeah.
Built
So
different.
cool.
Birds built it.
It's cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Birds built
It's crazy.
it.
Imagine being Curd and having to like go up to the governor's stalactite
Yeah.
for your
Well, I mean, he can afford it.
secret mission. No, I know, but
he's
just
still
like
gotta, like,
being
walk up there.
such a big
Big
I mean,
dude.
gravity's pulling hard on you.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
And you're
Yeah.
up there. So I guess a little bit of respect for Curd, except it's gone because he was bullying that parakeet.
Yeah. Well, what y'all think occurred? One of your father's appointed knights.
Loved him, first of all.
Yeah.
But the Russian accent threw me. Or was it, what was it?
It was I had in my notes I wanted to do Arnold Schwarzenegger, but then I forgot how to
Okay.
do Arnold Schwarzenegger.
For a second, I thought it was going to be one of Beans's like big old brothers in like armor or something.
Got a little nervous too. But then he
Yeah.
kept saying blue, so I was
Yeah,
like
I was like, oh, he's in blue armor though. Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be like a Valkyrie kid.
I didn't like the way he took that parakeet's ball.
I didn't either. That's why I got a back for him.
I liked talking to him. That was fun.
I liked watching Esta talk to him, but I did not want to talk to him. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why the fuck is he there?
His secret mission. I thought his secret mission was keeping an eye on Priscilla. That's why I was trying to
maybe
trip
it was.
him up.
Yeah, maybe. And she like staged her death because she knew people were after her.
Yeah, and maybe I don't know. Maybe I just didn't succeed in tripping him up, or maybe he was like, "What are you talking about?"
You did roll like an 8 or something, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but there's also
or like
probably
a 2.
there's also like my father is well connected with the Golden Order and like
He's
other.
telling people you went to Weaselby.
He just thinks I went to Weaselby, I guess.
Oh, like he just doesn't care.
Yeah.
You
Also,
think he's like not connected enough to know where you're going? Like I feel like he's like
I don't know. Maybe
He and Lord Arathis are
I interpreted, well, also I said that he thought that you were at Weaselby because remember at the beginning of the campaign, you had like the letter that was like to get to Valkyrie, you have to go to Weaselby for like so many years or whatever. So he assumes that you went to Weaselby.
So you never even told him you went to Frogmont. Like last he heard you were going to Weaselby if you weren't going to Valkyrie.
That is actually so true. So my tuition's paid at Weaselby.
At least we solved that mystery.
Okay. Okay. That's
maybe you should actually write him a letter.
I've been thinking about writing.
Do you think he'll be impressed that except no, because we were like, oh, let's brag about Esta. And then we actually accidentally told him a bunch of stuff about the demonic activity.
I feel like
I was being real to Kurd. Like my dad would have probably heard about the demonic activity, about the attack on Frogmont.
For sure. But I would say they didn't know that you were at Frogmount and you were involved.
See, I think it could work in our advantage because maybe if there's any fatherly love there, maybe your dad will be like, what the fuck? And like come and try to step in.
The thing I was saying though, like why Kurd is there, my dad is well connected with other like leaders. He's connected with the Golden Order. So like if there's like discontent growing for this governor, like my dad probably knows him and is just like offering him support in his cause.
Yeah. I think Kurd's here just to enforce capitalism hard.
Yeah, exactly.
Kurd loves capitalism.
Kurd loves getting paid. Yeah, that's what I think.
And that is capitalism.
Kurd's not like in charge of anything.
No,
just a big dude.
He's like hired muscle.
Yeah.
I thought. Maybe I'm underestimating him.
Some of my siblings are hired muscle too.
You guys, but yeah, y'all met Kurd. Y'all got to like walk through the city. Y'all got some kraken. Y'all got some octopus.
Oh, the stuff on the stick. Oh my god.
I got weenies. I had weenies and mushrooms in the same day.
Ooh,
wow.
Fantastic
Great day.
Cherry took. I'm not Cherry. Yeah,
Apple.
Apple took the fish on a stick.
Yeah, fuck her.
That was messed
She's just kind of
up.
teasing you.
Jesus Christ, I'm so scared.
She's playing with her food.
I'm so scared.
Me too.
Don't want to get too ahead.
God, Jared loves being like, I don't want to spoil anything and then telling you something.
But like why is everything here that's here? Why is Apple here? Why is Kurd here?
Their secret mission.
What's up with Priscilla? Where does she fall in this?
I mean, it totally makes sense why Priscilla would be private. What if you're a famous smut author? I get why you would want to be private. If you had a twin soul of a dragon, we're just adding on reasons. Like that could definitely cause some sort of like cause a stir, if it ever got out or if you ever like lost control of it or anything like that. So like if they've heard about that.
What's her relation to Rija?
I know. Well, because whenever you first described them coming in, I was like, oh my God, cute.
Yeah.
That's her, like they were on a date for their lunch break. I thought it was like cute world building.
I think that's actually her wife.
But like them, I don't know, them coming in with the little, they had little
Jared's
salamis.
nodding.
Yeah, they had little salamis in the basket. But it's like she didn't even disguise herself. She must be in disguise.
I mean, unless
she has
like
black hair, and as far as we know, the Red Rudons have red hair because of Terra. So I think she dyed her hair
also
to disguise herself. Question mark?
I mean, it could be a whole disguise self thing. Like she might have been tall and she's using some sort of illusion or disguise magic.
Rija must know.
Yeah.
So like, what's her take on this?
If we'd gotten like a nat 20 insight instead of seeing that she looked sad, would we see that like she was like trying to look sad but didn't look that sad?
Yeah. That's what it would have
Well, I was wondering if it was maybe like
so many layers.
I thought maybe it was kind of the like Priscilla's changed a lot recently, and it was like her.
I think the sad on front was like a little bit of like fake, but also like it's sad that like she just can't be like Priscilla again. Like I don't want to like give too much, but like you guys just don't know. Like, you guys don't know why she has black hair. You guys don't know what's going on. There was another word. There was another line I wanted to say there at the end, but I'll just say it at the beginning of next.
Save it. It was a good
Priscilla
line.
is not a twin soul, as far as we know.
Tara's the twin soul.
Tara was the twin soul.
Yep, Tara is the twin soul.
Oh, so
Yeah.
Priscilla has the blood of the red dragon. but she's not a
like
twin
it's her,
soul.
like her family has her blood.
Yeah.
Okay,
And she's still like a sorceress.
So that rivalry is there, but it's not like twin soul.
Yeah.
Okay, well, my bad. I think I
No,
might have
no,
said that in the
that's okay.
episode, so I hope that doesn't confuse people.
Whatever.
No, I don't think you did.
I liked the little blueberry right before it went down. Like,
That
this
was
is
crazy.
stinky. He said, "This smells stinky." And
I
then
thought
you
I was
got-
gonna have to be like, it's okay. Like,
Yeah.
don't fucking.
I thought he was gonna jump out. I mean, a knife is being pulled on you, like.
I feel like
especially
I've faced other shit though that could.
Yeah, I
make
feel
him-
like a
I know,
knife
this
is not as.
personal.
Yeah.
But a knife is like, you'll be okay.
Yeah.
I mean, he was just warning you.
Yeah.
I don't know. That was so.
That was really cool. Yeah.
That whole moment was like, if anybody was going to animate some
Yeah,
sick ass.
I know.
I feel like my brain takes like different animation styles for like picturing different scenes. Like a lot of this episode was like very Studio Ghibli,
Yeah.
very Legend of Zelda, like that art style, I guess.
Absolutely.
But that last scene, it was like the style of Vox Machina.
Mm.
Or like almost like
Blue Eye Samurai to me.
oh,
But
with
like
the
really,
knife.
yeah, and how quick she came at me. you know?
Yeah. Or like Vox Machina, like leaning Castlevania.
Ooh.
Like how just the last scene.
Yeah.
So it's cool how like it kind of switched styles.
In my mind, it was just like very dark and a little like disheveled
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
house. Also, like, why was she moving around a lot? Like, something happened.
She was hiding.
What was her
something.
bag? She had a bag ready with something, like with the rope in it.
My first thought was very dark when you said that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, she's in like a house that's like suspended over something. Like
But no, in my mind, it's like a very dark, like gray house. And even like the city is a little gray, but like the house, it's like no lights on, basically. It's just like lights
I
from
thought
the
it was just
windows.
like depressed because my fiance died.
Well, that's the vibe it gives. And then it's like, she probably doesn't stay at that house. She probably,
yeah.
like,
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, in my head, it's like this episode starts really bright and colorful with a lot of sounds, very Studio Ghibli, and then it just like loses color in like a scary way as it
Yeah.
goes.
Yeah.
What did we dropped the Pegasus eggs off.
yeah, y'all did
was
that
really
whole
cute.
thing.
I had a green Pegasus.
Thanks for talking about an Appaloosa. Was that for me?
That was for you.
I wanted to be like, what's its name?
You can name it.
His name is Annie.
Annie.
Mine, I described my childhood horse that my mom
Yeah.
like has at her house.
I described my
Chico.
childhood horse too.
Yeah, your green
Your
horse.
green horse.
You too with your prophecies and your horses. Oh my god.
Shout out to Chico.
Shout out to Annie.
Shout out. Shout out to Dollar. That's the,
Did you have a horse too?
my mom.
It is not normal to have. I want to say that it is not normal to have a
is.
horse.
I think in Texas, when you grow up with any sort of land, it is normal.
My mom.
I guess I didn't grow up with
Horses are
land.
not like the
They're
average.
expensive.
by.
They're
average-
expensive though.
Well, the average Joe horse is not expensive. I could go and get a horse for $100 right now.
Let's go get one.
We,
God.
my mom, we had a horse.
You can fucking rescue a horse like you can
You
rescue
have a
dog.
horse? Are you kidding
We
me?
had a horse.
Yeah, $1.
Dollar. He always bit my dad, and then we got rid of him.
Disclaimer, everyone. My family owns a horse ranch. I have a lot of horses.
Disclaimer, everyone, not everyone in Texas. There are a lot of people in Texas. Like when people are like, oh, you live in Texas? I bet people ride horses around. Okay,
They
maybe
do.
They do. People do ride horses around. But like, not everyone. This is an outlier. Gals and Goblins ratio
not.
of horses is an outlier.
Shout out to Poppy and Chico in my parents' backyard right now.
Oh my God. People are going to think like 3 out of every 4 Texans has a horse.
Shout out to my 2 personal horses, Annie and Ellie, and then shout out to the other 25 who live on the ranch.
They're all so cute.
I have 0 horses currently.
I have 0 horses all time.
Damn.
Damn, bro.
Aw,
Sucks.
no horses.
Oh, no horses.
Subscribe to the Patreon so I can get a horse.
So we
too.
can get a
First
horse.
time, Lily, did you meet my horses at my parents' house?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember you walking up to them. You're like, oh, they're so big.
I have like a
Healthy fear.
a fear / respect of horses. Like I'm not like afraid,
yeah.
but
It's
I deeply respect them.
Then you were, but by the time we met Olivia's horses, you were really brave about it.
Yeah, you like got on Annie.
Yeah.
I mean, I've interacted with horses. It wasn't like, whoa, my first horse.
If any horse that
I
wasn't
rode Olivia's horse bareback.
like,
awesome.
let me just anybody know about horses out there? Annie she's been retired for 5 years now. And this horse is so safe that I was comfortable doing this. But if any other horse what you did was very unsafe, Lilly just hopped on a horse in the middle of a field, has not been ridden in years.
Anytime I see a horse, I mean, I'm like, I do respect them, but I'm also like, oh man, I want to get up there. I don't know. Maybe that's like a human instinct. Like kind of like to fly, which is perfect with a Pegasus, but it's like the human instinct to fly. I think there's a similar human instinct to like get on a horse.
I would agree. I try to climb my horse like a spider monkey anytime I see her.
So whenever Sawyer was in there with her green horse in the stable, I was about to climb up on it. And then you started describing something important.
But disclaimer, don't do that. Don't just climb on a horse. That is not safe.
Dangerous.
I appreciated that you described a green horse because I was imagining a lot of very brightly colored, like magical.
Me too.
Pegasus.
And because you had just talked about the parakeet, so the image of the parakeet Aarakocra kid was in my head.
Yeah.
So like the green, I imagined it with green parakeet wings.
Yeah.
Little upset that nobody had a spirit colored horse, a dun horse to be exact.
Well, maybe Lee or Toby did.
Lee did. I don't know. Just saying.
I was also thinking like if there were other Pegasus in there that were like kind of looked like other breeds of birds. So like you like your green parakeet one, maybe there was
I was
like kind of a
imagining
brown
macaw one.
Yeah, like a white and brown or a that's really cool. Like a white and brown eagle one and then like like a blue jay Pegasus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mixing the birds in there more.
Oh yeah.
I was really jealous that we couldn't just hang out with Pegasus the whole session and ride them and take a Pegasus.
I know.
I
was
really
like, sorry,
wanted,
Regia.
I wanted to know about the nightmare horse.
The nightmare horse, yeah.
I want to ride it. I feel like Beans and the Nightmare.
Yeah,
would get
y'all's
along.
soul could be connected.
Oh,
That'd be cool.
it's gonna be Beans's like classic horse movie. No, Daddy, nobody gets him but me.
Daddy, this horse doesn't listen to anybody but me. Don't put him down.
Let me take him to the show.
He needs to run free.
I'll take him to the track and he'll win first place. Just watch, Daddy.
I thought of having
Anyway,
the scene where the eggs hatch and y'all figure out that there's a nightmare through that and be like, what the fuck? What is like what's this like demon
Who's
horse?
that?
What's up with this guy?
Like, what's this demon horse? But y'all already gave it to him, so like the nightmare thing, and like we might still see the eggs hatch. But
I like that the quest was easy.
Yeah, it's an easy quest.
I like that it's like hand it over.
We've got bigger fish on a stick to fry. We have got to drop these eggs off and get going.
I know I was worried that it would turn into like a whole thing. I was like, we're
too.
just
I
gonna
was
drop
scared.
them off, right?
Well, I wanted the stable person to be connected to Priscilla somehow. So
Yes. I knew it was
But it also shows that that Frogmont still underestimates us, even though we saved the school. Because they could have given us like a really hard quest. We probably have done it.
well, I mean, you saw Brobini going with the freaking knights.
Yeah.
I
are
know.
they doing?
Oh, Team 3. It's like, I bet we could kick their ass. We could do any quest that they can do.
Yeah, maybe we should have followed them.
I thought about it, but at least we pranked them.
We had precious cargo,
Yeah, exactly.
and it was a really nice little scene.
I still think we should try to steal their ship if the opportunity arises.
And we
I
could have
think
snubbed Chet's parents.
I love the idea of stealing their ship.
I like the idea of stealing their ship and then like stranding it somewhere in like the middle of nowhere.
we already pre-pranked it, so it's an easy strand.
and then like strand it and then just come back on the southern wind. So it's not like, haha, they get their ship back. No, these Crimson brothers fucked. Their ship is gone.
Yeah, they said
I just wanted to make them have to fly the southern wind.
but they'll crash it.
Yeah,
Toby worked so
I
hard.
know.
The Weaselby kids. Yeah, I wanted them to tell us more about the Crimson Brothers. I know we didn't have time for everything we wanted. You know what? We
Yeah.
spent a lot of time
I'm sure y'all
on?
will meet him.
Just talking about Chet. We went to Chet's parents' house.
Talked about Chef for
and
a while.
We talked about Chet for like 20 minutes.
Don't bring Chet's mom into it if you don't want us to talk about it.
It's fair.
Is this
It's awesome.
realistic that like high school kids would like talk about? I don't know. Like
And
Sawyer,
If it was a boy we wanted to embarrass, absolutely.
Yes.
but then
we would-
Sawyer ended up complimenting him, and that was just like my own Lilly compassion that like I want his mom to be proud of him.
Aw.
And then you made it weird.
I know. I wasn't trying to make it weird.
Can I tell you the Crimson brothers? When you
Sawyer
said
wasn't.
when you said the Crimson brothers, it immediately made me think of, you know, in Horton Hears a Who, or maybe it's Seussical. The Monkey Brothers. What are they called? You know what I'm talking about?
Not in Horton Hears a Who.
Then they're probably in Seussical. I think they're in Seussical, and they're a character. It's like a trio of like Monkey Brothers, but they're like there to fuck shit up. Anyway, that's immediately what I thought of when you said Crimson Brothers.
Monkey Brothers.
What type of
Seussical.
bullies? Just from
The
looking at them?
Wickersham Brothers.
Yeah, the
Wickersham Brothers.
Quartet of mischievous monkeys.
That's what I thought.
Best known for their song, Monkey Around.
Oh, I do know that song.
Sing it.
From Seussical. No, not well enough to sing it.
Damn it.
Yeah, sorry.
The Wickersham Brothers are Wickersham 1, Wickersham 2, Wickersham 3.
Notice
Oh my
Martin.
god. That's hilarious.
Feather by feather. That's.
Have you
all
done
I'm saying.
Seussical?
No, I'd rather gore my eyes out.
It would
gracious.
not surprise me at all if you and Jared were like, oh yeah, we did Seussical, but we went to musical together, and Olivia was the mom and Jared was the dad.
No, we did Little
like
we
that's
did Little
every
Mermaid,
play.
and he was King Triton, and I was Ariel.
Ew.
Yeah, it was weird.
But y'all weren't dating at the time.
We were close.
It brought us closer together.
You were hugging?
We formed a
We
special
were
bond.
hugging.
Oh.
We had double cast Little Mermaid at when we did it, and
Yeah.
both of our Erics were dating.
So funny.
Awesome.
Now
Yeah,
that's
it was
cool.
awesome.
I thought you were
So
going to
funny.
say dating their Ariels.
No.
stopped.
The both of the Erics were dating each other.
I will say
funny.
It was awesome.
the Prince Eric was my best friend,
Yeah.
and he told me how sweaty Olivia's lip was.
Isn't that fucked up?
And he had to
Isn't that
kiss her.
fucked
Who
up?
was it? Do I know
Hey,
who it
you're
was?
Ariel.
Yeah.
You're putting in work.
I'm out there the whole time, and I can't talk through half of it. I
She's
just had
on
to move.
Heelys.
Yeah.
I'm
You're
on Heelys.
working your
I'm
ass off.
dancing.
I heel lead around in those
singing.
Heelys, and it's
Heaven
and it's
forbid
not-
your lip is a little
Oh,
sweaty.
heaven forbid I have some sweat on my face in the stage lights. I'll call you out by name, motherfucker.
No,
It's
no.
on sight.
Just tell me who it was, and I'll cut it out.
Are we missing anything? It was a long ass episode. It was over 2 hours.
You can cut 20 minutes of us talking about Chet.
I'd like you to keep it in, please.
Self-being. Yeah, I'll talk about Chet for a long time.
These two freaked the fuck out about a host gif. Oh,
That was so funny.
hang on. They were
I just figured it was part of Esta's like upbringing and also
Yeah.
part of
No,
her
that
like
was such a
culture
good,
of
like,
Isaiah.
character. Yeah.
okay. While you guys were doing that, do you
Were you
remember?
writing a
You were
poem?
doing some shit.
Do you remember when you were singing "Living on a Prayer"?
Yeah.
I wrote a parody version of it.
We were singing "Don't Stop Believing."
no,
No, I was singing "Living on a Prayer."
Y'all were singing different songs then.
That's a Journey song, right?
I have no idea. Living on a
No,
Prayer
that's
is Bon Jovi.
Bon Jovi.
You were singing.
Whoa, we're halfway there.
Okay.
You're gonna have to cut that.
no, you can keep that in.
Disclose.
Is this the Goodberries version?
That's also a Good Berries song.
Yeah.
Like, of course.
Yeah, the Goodberries can sing anything.
Yeah.
The Goodberries have originals.
Yeah.
Cassandra, My Love.
Yeah.
And the Goodberries have covers.
Yeah.
I'll keep talking.
Jared got up to go eat some
Jared's
pizza.
getting pizza.
I'm getting a pizza.
Okay, can do you want me to sing it for you?
Please.
Yeah.
Okay, I've never sung it out loud because I just wrote it while you guys were doing something. and
I'm
then I
so
had to-
excited.
While we were doing
Okay.
a bit.
Oh, we're halfway there. Oh, we're casting in snare. Take my hand and we'll misty step somewhere. Oh, we're casting in snare.
That is really good.
The Goodberries sing that.
That kills. Who's the guy that does the D&D songs on Instagram?
I don't know. Tag him in that one.
Is it Arcane Anthems? We're coming for your bag. Yeah, Arcane Anthems. We're coming for your drag, Weston.
Anyway, that's what I was doing. So I popped in at the end of your guys' freak out and when Sawyer was going to hand over the gold face paint.
I was
said, "Oh,
hoping,
dear
I was
God."
looking through like our inventory and I was hoping that we would have something really funny to offer them. And we actually,
We have nothing. I
it's
was
like moths. It's like you open the bag of holding and it is moths.
I was racking my brain and I was like, well, I can't give them the speaking stones, and that's all we have.
Technically, in my gear, I have a crystal, which is like actually like technically my arcane focus, but I think it's just one of my pieces of jewelry.
No, and then I was also trying to think of like something funny that we could have picked up in town. Jared is making ranch right now. Jared is fully in the kitchen, like ranch seasoning, sour cream, like mixing up homemade ranch for his.
I don't know what the fuck has gotten into him, because if we like bump the table wrong, dirty look. This motherfucker's in the kitchen crinkling and sneakling.
It's study break. How dare you?
What is study break not as important to you?
I take pride in study
Does
break.
study break mean nothing to you? Hey,
Chill.
hey guys. Hey guys, get in the Discord and
Get in the comments.
let Jared know how disrespectful it is that he is making.
If I got up and started making ranch, it would be like
I would quit.
insane.
Jared would say, "I'll pause the recording."
Yeah.
I'll pause the recording.
Okay, what did we do next?
Oh yeah.
Um,
Now we have to lead this ourselves.
Okay, so I was making that song when you guys were freaking out about a hosting gift, and then I said, "What do you do when you don't bring a hosting gift? You just offer to clean up at the end."
Yeah, you're
everybody knows that.
The fact that Beans knew that was like suspicious.
Okay, let's talk. Well,
Beans doesn't even know that you can't walk into someone's house without knocking. How did Beans know to wash the dishes?
hey,
That's like,
I bet washing the dishes was probably like
you don't think that
there was probably
like,
a chore
I
chart.
know, I
yeah.
bet they ate off the dirt.
you don't think when we had fancy dinners when like important people were over that they're like get in there and scrub those dishes, you
Yeah.
little shits.
Oh.
Yeah. Chore
All right,
chart.
I believe it.
Okay, and we did that, and we for some reason we talked up Chet.
We looked at baby photos. We told his mom.
photos.
I'm sorry, I know that wasn't in character. It was. I mean,
was.
it was in character. Maybe it was a little mature for our age, but you put someone's mom in front of me and I just can't help it. I just want her to hear that he's doing well.
Yeah.
Then you made it weird.
What did I say?
Well, I think you were
Oh, I
trying.
said
You
that,
were
that he and Wendell were in love.
well, but before that, you were trying to explain that you think he has a crush on someone, but then you did it in a really long-winded way, and you got really flustered about it, talking about Priscilla Rudo's work. That it definitely sounded like you were talking about sex.
Yeah. Hey.
Happened.
Hey, happens.
Segued really nicely into what I was going to ask about, though.
Do we think it will backfire, leaving Team Weaselby at that house?
Yeah.
I was thinking about it from what you pitched of like, yeah, we shouldn't like show up with like 6 of us motherfuckers.
Yeah, because as far as we knew, that was her widow, and it would be really confrontational to show up with that many people. But now it's like, now we don't have backup.
Well, we do. We have
We
speaking
can.
stone.
Yeah.
We have a speaking stone. We can say we can say Mayday, Mayday.
Yeah.
Come help us out.
But at least we saw Apple on the way there, so maybe she's like following me to fuck with me, so she'll leave him alone.
I'm afraid we're gonna go back and Margie's gonna be gone.
Yeah,
And the last thing I said to her was "love ya" in our sign language.
That's cute.
that's really cute. Sawyer being nervous about holding her hand.
I meant to describe like when you sort of bump your hand against someone to see if they want to hold hands, but then like you don't want to like hold their hand.
You do that.
But that was actually because I said I was, as Lily, I was so nervous that like Margie was gonna get taken, so I was like, I grab her hand, but then I was like, that's not like, imagine if you just grabbed someone's hand because you were nervous that they would get lost, then you would like be like, oh, sorry, that was weird. So then I let it go.
It was perfect. I liked it a lot.
Loved it.
And then I guess my flunk is that's a really specific flunk that I wanted to describe the like awkward, like
That's a fine one.
you brush hands with someone, but then you don't, but then no, they don't want to. So you give up.
That's good.
And then
Was
it's
your
weird.
pizza good, Jared?
I'm back, by the way.
Oh yeah. Jared's back.
I was starving.
Did you not eat before?
No, I was trying to plan and I was like focused on getting started and I didn't want to halt the process.
Well, first of all, we halt the process for 2 hours for when we get here.
I know, but that's also part of it is me. I was like, I'm still working on stuff. Why do y'all think that Priscilla is attacking Esta?
Because she's stinky.
Yeah, apparently. I think that there's different ways to create a twin soul. And I think the way that the blue Ruidons do it, someone like put it onto you, right? Like
Supposedly. That's what we think right
Theatrix
now.
didn't choose it and it didn't happen naturally. Okay, so this is my thing. Here's what we know.
Here's what we know.
Okay, so this is my theory that I made up in my head.
Okay.
Thank you.
It's a choice that the family, the Ruidons. Well, I don't know. Would they choose you and then just cast you to the side? They would put a ton of pressure on you. I think that there's some big difference in how the two families treat their twin souls. And the red Ruidons like look down on the blue Ruidons because they think whatever they do is like barbaric. Like maybe it's because they choose who it is and then they don't tell you, or they don't choose who it is, so you have no way of knowing. And maybe the red Ruidons like prepare you since birth or something, like some difference between the two. Like with something as high stakes as the twin souls, I think could like fuel a rivalry.
Just gonna throw this in there.
Sure. Oh,
What are you gonna say?
I was going to say that there's probably a much older, like ancestral feud happening here that I don't know about. that has been like hidden from me and my siblings probably. And that is probably why she hates us. And then we also, I don't know if this is what you were going to bring up. We remember the people that they drove out of the
mountain?
the mountains or whatever. That
They like sent them to the mountain.
Yeah, they like drove them away.
Yeah.
Drove
and
them
our theory
out.
was that was the Silver Crown. At least that's my theory.
Silver Crown, it could have been the Red Ruidons.
Also, just talking about like class wise, the Ruidons are very wealthy in very high standing. Like
Literally
the silver,
blue bloods.
literally
Yeah.
blue, like literally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The red-haired Ruidons, you know, as far as you know right now, Tara was at Frogmont. I think it said Priscilla was at Weaselby. And like you guys also haven't heard of them. Pretty sure they don't have any like political standing or anything.
Yeah.
So like how did these two strong families, or at least like one of them is so strong, how did they get so strong and how did the other one not achieve that?
Yeah, it's like because everyone in the Blue Ruidon line, everyone is a sorcerer. So it's like I would assume that everyone like on the Red Ruidons, especially she just like produced fire, so like some kind of magical. Everyone on the Red Ruidons should also be like powerful sorcerers.
Yeah.
And that's what and when I was like writing Esta's family, like that's how they like stay in power and stay politically like connected. That is the service that they like provide to the country, and like Estea, like that is how they stay. They provide their sorcery as like it's like that's their import, that's their good.
They're like the best.
Yeah.
I'm also thinking of when Sparkle, who's the red dragon part of the like the red dragon head of the chimera, was like sniffing and like could smell the brother
Parthofax or something
mother.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, he could smell
Sidusac.
the mother-
Plus Sidusax.
Yeah, but then like he smelled the brother on you, and it didn't seem like full of ire, which makes me think that this is like a Ruidon thing and not just a red dragon, blue dragon thing.
Yeah.
Like if the red dragon and the blue dragon, like if y'all's ancestors hated each other, maybe like we would know about it more or something like that. Or Placidusax might have mentioned like, like this is beef, like y'all are in, I can smell both dragons, like something bad is going to happen. So maybe based on that, we can conclude that it's like more of a family thing.
Ruidon versus
it's
Ruidon.
Like it's like an elf thing.
Yeah.
I think you're absolutely correct.
That's all I got.
Maybe a little bit of both.
Yeah, I think it could be a little bit of both. I don't think Placidusax would necessarily be like, and they have
I'm
major
killing you.
beef.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I think Placidusax was a little bit like, you smell kind of funny. Like,
That's true.
I don't like the way you smell.
Dragon rivalry, and then there's a whole added like
But he was just kind of like
political element.
And also like
descendants.
I would say like there are, I think we were questioning if there were other dragons. I decided like there are other like dragons, because I've said that there's Dragonborn earlier.
Yeah,
like
Gudge is a black
fucking
dragonborn.
Yeah, he's like a black Dragonborn.
This is true.
So like there's other dragons. So I think there's like normal dragon beef where it's like, damn bro, like you're fucking
My Horde
green.
of Gold is bigger than your Horde of Gold.
Yeah.
Damn.
And like
Do the dragons?
but somebody knows a lot.
you petting your Priscilla character sheet.
Have I told you about my dragon book when I was a kid? It was like all the dragons hoarded different things.
Was that in Dragonology?
No,
The big
it was a book
picture
called
book?
Dragon Slippers.
Oh, okay.
And the main dragon hoarded stained glass
Yes,
windows.
you've told me about
I
it.
love stained glass
So
windows.
beautiful.
So I fucked with that guy. I just always thought it was so cool, the concept of like dragons hoarding different things.
Yeah.
What does everyone want to happen next episode?
I want to restrain Priscilla, tie her to a chair, and interrogate her.
I want to do that, and then I want to get Apple to fuck off.
I want to kick Priscilla's ass. And then I want to get a personalized book recommendation from her. I want to
Insane.
kick Apple's ass.
I guess I don't necessarily want to kick Priscilla's ass so much as just like be like, hey, whoa.
Diffuse.
Yeah, we
diffuse the situation.
Yeah, we can
Like-
get a lot of good information from her. And I think like if it is like some stupid traditional family rivalry, you know what I mean? Like some like Capulet Montague type of bullshit.
Yeah.
Like we could kick her ass a little and then just like talk to her.
Yeah.
You and I are both very persuasive, and you have like obviously like emotional influence over her.
I want to get into like a street fight with Apple and be like,
Nice.
Me too.
be like,
Yeah.
I don't want to see you in my sight ever again.
Yeah, I want to
Yeah,
like
let's-
get scrappy with Apple.
Yeah. Apple is
but not
Apple's
killer.
scrappy.
Not killer.
I
would
don't
like
wanna
to beat
kill
the fuck
her.
out of her.
But
I don't want to kill her because I know she's been like bred for violence and like
I do want to get in like a sibling
had a
fight
hard
where
life.
it's like, yeah, I'm not little beans anymore. Can't fuck with me.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I want to prove that I can keep Margie safe and that I can keep y'all safe.
But we also might get our shit fucking wrecked.
That's the thing.
I think it'll be a stupid stand if we take it, but I'm willing to take it.
And then this probably won't happen next episode, but I want to fuck with Bro Beanie and the
Crimson Brothers.
Yeah.
Are they like, what type of bullies are they? Did they seem like football bullies? Did they see, because they were wearing cloaks.
Yeah, they were in like black and red robe. You would assume that those are like the brimstone uniforms.
They seemed like, oh, okay. I guess the robes made me think magic users, but those are just the brimstone. So our
Saying
guys were
they're-
just not in uniform.
Saying they're like the Crimson Brothers, you can assume
Red flag.
you can assume that they're
Yeah.
like the three.
Are they like, we kill and
They're like
maim?
triplets, maybe.
I feel like
And-
they're like what Esta, like the Ruidons are to Valkyrie, like the Crimson Brothers are to Brimstone.
Sure.
They're a little bit, or like maybe like what the Cinderfoots are to Brimstone of
Or even
like,
to Frogmont.
or of to Frogmont, where it's like
But we're not bullies.
they like have only sons and they only go to Brimstone.
Yeah, some shit like that.
Like they're very
Yeah.
happy and like their dad invests a lot of money. Honestly, I don't have them fully fleshed out yet.
The Cinderfoots are like, hope it's a girl. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Did we, just from like looking like their silhouette and stuff, did they seem like magic users, martial fighters? Like, did we?
I don't know.
Okay, cool. I mean, I don't know. They could all be different things.
In my head, I immediately changed their robes to like long leather duster jackets.
In my mind also
Kind of cool in my head.
I know you made them kind of cool.
in my mind you would have seen this. I think in my mind they all look like the exact same.
No, me too. Here,
Yeah.
wait. I'll draw you a picture of what they all look like.
This is gonna be a quick picture.
It's quick. It's quick. Okay, wait.
They're looking a little different. I'm seeing some slight variation.
They look.
Those look like little angels that you put on like your Christmas
No,
tree.
that was super wrong. Let me try again.
This is
no,
great
that's wrong.
podcast.
This is
content.
gonna be insane to say. To me, they all look like fucking Kaiba from Yu-Gi-Oh.
I know who you're talking about.
They all look like Kaiba from Yu-Gi-Oh, and they all just have like the most like
But
plain
longer
faces.
and skinnier.
Yeah.
Taller. Hold on. Let me try again.
Okay, this is a little, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see. Oh yeah.
No.
Anime ass white boys.
3 of those.
Angels?
No, that's
They look like little
That's
angels.
their silhouette when they're walking. You had to be there.
I was there.
Let's do whoever hasn't done their A pluses and flunks. I haven't done mine. I have a flunk. I wanted to do another thing with beans at the beginning. I just have to do it in the next session.
Okay, good. Yeah, just do it in next session. Don't tell us.
I wanted to do it. That was concerning the beginning. As my flunk, A plus. A lot of the Maeve, Weather Feather, and a lot of like. There was a couple things that y'all threw at me that I was like, I have no fucking clue what y'all want or like what to do about this, but I just kind of like threw.
I felt
it out
bad when I
there.
asked their jobs. That was crazy.
Oh yeah, I was
sorry.
like, I should have had an idea.
That was hilarious.
It was just because she was talking about capitalism. So like, I don't know.
I like that she had a pre-K.
I got curious.
Yeah, I was
Does a
imagining
little
like
pre-K.
a bunch of like
little tiny
baby,
little round birds.
little baby cockroach. Yeah, little baby fluffy birds.
Me too.
Rolling around.
And the preschool's called The Nest.
Ah!
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Oh my god.
And also, I think A plus. I think I liked the ending. I think the ending was fun. and
That
cool.
shit was gas.
Oh, I would like to mention that there were no Kenku.
Oh fuck
Yeah.
You were
No
listing
Kenku.
out like all these really, and I was like, my favorite class, like they
There's-
live here,
yeah.
or my favorite
They
like D&D
do.
race.
They do.
You should have been like,
Are
we
there
see any
are there any
Kenku?
Kenku?
There are. There will be some next episode.
I
I'll throw some
love
in there.
Kenku.
Yeah, throw some Kinko in.
I'll sprinkle some
Those are my
some
favorite little
kinkos.
guys.
Kenko, Kinku, Kinku.
Kinkos.
You reminded me how much I want to play an owlin
Ooh.
that looks like a barn owl.
When Beans dies.
When Beans dies next episode,
Olivia will be another animal
when Beans dies, I'm bringing my Minotaur character out. What
to Frogmont. That would be crazy.
do you mean that'd be crazy?
She's a god.
Well, I'll disconnect her from the god. My A plus was I sniffed fucking Priscilla Ruidon out the minute I fucking saw her. I don't know
Yeah.
what it was about the description, but I was like, I'm pretty sure that's her. And you were like, no. And I was like, okay, weird. And then when she just like let us in the house and I was like, Sawyer, I don't feel good about this. I was like, I said it's stinky before Little Blueberry said this is stinky. And that's my A plus for me. It's based in nothing but vibes. I didn't have any information going into this that you guys didn't have.
Now you'll know what the red dragon smells like.
Remind me to sniff her. Honestly, can we be honest? Dragons would be stinky.
No.
Dragons would-
Lizards smell fucking weird.
Yeah, you ever
Oh.
smelt a lizard before?
Oh, yeah.
I used to. Did y'all ever own lizards?
But part of that is
No.
the tank.
I owned a couple lizards.
No, I always wanted one.
I had a bearded dragon.
Get one. You're an adult now.
Colt doesn't like the idea of bugs in the house. And if I was going to have a lizard, I would want it to have a really good diet. I think I'm going to have to cut this out. But one time, one of Colt's friends brought his PC over for them to like take it apart and replace one of the parts with a better part. It's like a big box. And he like, this was our tiny 750 square foot apartment. And he like heaved it up onto our coffee table in our living room and set it down. And it was just like cockroaches in every direction.
Oh.
It was insane. And I was just, and I'd like come out because like this is something Colt loves to like take PCs apart and like build them and stuff. And like he and his friend were really excited about this. And so I was out there like watching them. And I remember just standing there and watching all the cockroaches like scuttle out of it. Just
I'm
like,
imagining
I was, like,
so many.
I was in shock. It was probably like 15 to 20. Like if they were small. And
That's
it was,
a
like,
much
15 to
larger number than I was thinking.
Oh, really?
I thought you were going to be like, there were like
Okay,
6 to
no,
10.
Not 20. Yeah, it's 10 to 15. 10 to 15.
Holy shit, that's still a lot of cockroaches.
I would have seen that, and then I would have promptly
And there were more-
grabbed my purse and exited.
yeah,
the
I would have been
apartment.
like, I'm
see you
gonna
when
go
the-
get dinner. I'll see you guys later after you get
No,
this cleaned up.
But I'm the one who's not. Colt is scared of bugs and he hates bugs. And I'm the one who like doesn't really mind bugs.
Yeah.
And so like I remember standing there and just being like, there they are in the house.
Now that's my problem.
And now, yeah, I don't have like a freak out reaction to bugs. So I just watched them run underneath the couch and
I'm
like
in
in
shock.
corners of the house. And there were more cockroaches. There was a nest. It was like basically a
Yeah.
nest had been like growing in his
Ew.
PC. It was crazy. I think
How
it was, like,
how does
I
a
like feel like
cockroach nest-
hot. Like
How do you not know there's a
I think-
cockroach
but, like,
nest?
I don't know. Can I put this in?
Why
yes,
This
you
is
should.
kind of a bad.
You need to.
But this is kind of bad.
But you didn't.
I don't care.
I didn't say who it was.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? Maybe they'll
Also,
be-
if they do know, bro, get your fucking shit. Like,
I hope he
I
said
was
sorry.
In, it was in college, and I'm sure his shit is together now. But yeah, there was a nest.
I
and
wouldn't count
there
on
were,
it.
like, more cockroaches that were like squished in it. And then we should put like a trigger warning on the episode. And then and they just I just like went and got a cup and like started scooping them.
I feel like that's something like I feel like that would happen though, and it's like if they're visible, like yeah, you can get them, but after that, it's like I guess we just have some cockroaches.
A bunch
It's like
of them went under the couch, and I had that. Do you remember I had that huge couch?
Yeah.
It was like this stupid sectional, and yeah, they just were.
that's like,
Oh,
that's like,
I'm like itchy. I feel ill.
crazy.
I'm fine with bugs. Like, I can kill a bug and like I can grab a bug and I can do whatever.
I don't like freak out.
But like, they make me fucking angry. I'm just like, and like, I'm disgusted.
Maybe you
Like
should
the
like.
That's why you got the wasp gun.
Olivia said,
Wait,
yeah, I got a fucking gun.
Jared has a salt gun that he
Shoot
shoots
shit.
bugs on the patio.
we mentioned
like,
a wasp nest the other day, and Jared was like, "I'll go fucking get them.
I'll get 'em.
Do you have wasp spray? I'll go do it.
I'll go do it.
It's like a fiery
because
drive.
I fucking hate bugs. But like, and like you saying that like the bugs scattered. Olivia was like, I would have got my person left. I'm like, I would have first killed the person who brought the computer.
Just punch
And
them.
Holy
I would
shit.
have gone. I would have gone crazy. I would have lost my mind.
How do you like?
It was the visual of them, like the computer going down, and then them like running across the table,
I
down,
would've-
and then across the floor.
I would have lost a friend that day. I would have
thing is,
lost
like,
a friend.
Well, he wasn't my friend. This is me. Like I
Yeah.
liked him.
My
But,
friend.
like it wasn't my friend. And then Colt, who is normally scared of bugs, but is also like a man of like honor. He knew that this was his doing, kind of like he knew it was his responsibility.
He brought this friend in the house to do
so
this.
like if I had freaked out, and rightfully so, then he would have like had to be the one who probably had gotten them all.
I would
He
have
just,
lost a friend.
We found the problem.
But
yeah, it was like honestly the least like afraid, because usually if there's a bug in the house, he'll have me come get it, because I'm not scared to grab it with my hands, and I'll take it outside because I don't like to kill it. But like this one was like I saw him take the responsibility of like I can't freak out.
Here's my thing. How do you move that into your car, drive it there, and not see any cockroaches?
I'm gonna say right now, there's cockroaches in that dude's car.
I
my
think
God,
he.
there are.
I think he maybe knew.
Maybe Cole also didn't want to freak out to like spare his feet. I also a big part of my not freaking out because like cockroaches do freak me out, even though most bugs, like a cockroach, I cannot grab with my hands because of the way their antenna move.
Yeah.
I like can't do it. So when there is a cockroach in the house, it's not like I'm not scared of bugs. I'll go get it. I am like being very brave, and I am getting the bug because that is my duty as the defender of our home.
Yeah.
So a cockroach is like already I've crossed the line into like I'm scared but I'm being brave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it was probably a big like I want to spare this person's feelings who like probably is like, oh no, I've just unleashed cockroaches on their home. That like I kept a poker face and a
Good.
level head.
Yeah, I mean, I've lived in a house with only boys, and so I've dealt with rats and like two rats and like large cockroaches.
Oh my
These were
God.
small at least because they were all a nest in the
Yeah.
We gotta tell you guys the rat saga sometime.
Yeah, that'll be a day for Reggie. Shout out to Reggie and Reggie too.
Reggie and Reggie too, if you're listening.
They're not. They are
not, they're
dead as
dead.
hell.
What?
One day, One day, Olivia walked into the house and she said, "It smells like death in here." And we were like, "Oh, I wonder if the rat trap."
And that's when I acknowledged that maybe I have smelled death more than the average person.
Yeah.
But I feel like you should have smelt that.
We did. I just thought it was like some food that had gone bad in like the fridge or whatever. Because
And
again,
this
lived in a
is-
house full of
Walked in and
boys.
said, something died here.
And this is what boy home is like. You smell a horrible smell and nobody cares to investigate. They go, "Damn, that's stinky."
Damn, guess
What?
just guess it's stinky now.
Okay.
Anyway,
Now that
Anyway.
we're okay, no more bugs.
Or rats.
Campbell, what are
or-
your A pluses and flunks?
My A plus is to Jared for tricking the shit out of me,
Yes.
but also like emotionally manipulating me.
Yes.
That was incredible.
yes.
Just what a DM wants to hear.
Yeah, that was awesome. My other A plus is that I was rolling pretty well.
You were okay.
Yeah.
You were feeling it.
Yeah, so my roll, I was really lucky. I was glad that my rolls were good because there was a lot of stuff that I really wanted to know. I don't really have a flunk. It was like a really, really fun session. I guess my flunk is not being, you guys were having such a mature conversation and I thought it was going to be a little more heated and angry. So I was like excited to be a mediator, but I guess I didn't really need to be.
I think you coming up
Yeah, it was
so
funny.
good.
was so
It was a funny moment anyways.
I wasn't because I kind of initiated that scene and like I don't know, I wasn't in the moment, I wasn't sure about it. I was like, maybe we should keep fighting. And also it's not like we could just fight again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's not
Also,
like
the
we
mission's
played up
mission's
forever.
not over. The
Well, we
problem
kinda
is not
did.
necessarily
There was a
solved.
moment where we
we got back into scrapping it. I know. I really wish that it had blown up more last episode, like when we were really in it.
Yeah.
Because now it's kind of like, well, as soon as we found Margie, it's like there's no reason to keep yelling at each other.
Yeah, and as the like
But Margie could get taken again, and then we'll probably be pissed again.
and as the danger and threat of like Apple coming gets like higher and more intense, your fights will probably grow more intense as well.
Yeah.
Because
I
in the
think it's
moment it didn't seem that intense because we hadn't seen Apple again.
yeah.
But now that we've
Yeah.
like seen her more, it's like we thought Margie was just like fine and Apple was gone. So I think that also
It was, like-
contributed to it. But now it's like, oh fuck, no, this is like still a problem.
Yeah, it was like, the situation has ended. We can talk about
Yeah.
it. And then if it comes up again, we can revisit. And it's like, no. It's still actively going on. Which
The
I
threat is still-
assumed.
yeah.
I assumed that's what the case was, but we hadn't confirmed it. But I also think that moment, I was like, shit, we're just actually really mature. So of course we were handling it in like I get where you're coming from. Here's where I'm coming from.
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't have gotten where we were coming from. I don't know, but it's also like top of your intelligence. So
Yeah, it's like I didn't want to play
Hard.
like it's also like I didn't find it would be very interesting if I did just play a little shit and like
Yeah.
I don't think Beans would just try to
Yeah.
antagonize.
Whenever I watch actual plays that they're like kind of being like little shits, like I guess I'm kind of thinking of like how to talk about like Crown of Candy. Crown of Candy is like the main point I have, a point of reference I have with like PvP a little bit, where there's like colluding and little secrets. And like they do a wonderful job with like taking their characters' wants and priorities and laying them out. But like I also fucking hate it. It stresses me out. And
Yeah.
like not in like a good way.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I don't like it. Especially because like Emily Axford is someone who like, as a player, I know that she believes that D&D is about like the people at the table and like having a good time with those people. And like she was in it. And I'm like, no, I know. I worry about you as like a person, even though like in like all of the talkback, she's like, oh, I had a great time. It was super fun. I'm just like, oh, it's so stressful for me.
I also
hearing
think that
PvP stuff, but like little bickering, that's fine.
I also think Beans has like a pretty strong like want to not upset Sawyer. Like
Yeah.
it was like that's a goal that I don't have. So it was like grappling with like, well, I don't want to upset Sawyer, but like I do think it's important that we know what we're like up against.
Mm-hmm.
But then I got really suspicious of like how Margie was like phrasing it of like, well, what if you know and like it changes things? And it's like, well, what have you done that might change things?
Yeah.
Like, why are you like scared
Yeah.
to say like why they're after you?
Yeah, but then it's like if she says, "Oh, this is why they're after me," then she's right. Like, what if you're like,
Nothing.
"Oh, well then."
Like
Yeah,
I was
like
trying
what if
to
you're
say
like,
that.
oh, well, I'm going to turn you in. I like get
Exactly.
that thought process.
That was her thought of like, and it's also like if I say
That's what
something like
I would say if
nothing
I was in her
changes.
shoes.
Yeah.
like the only thing that could possibly change would be the fact that you would want to turn me in because you have an opinion about this thing that is about me. Because the other thing would be I say something and then nothing happens. And then I've just revealed a secret that can be used against me.
Damn, must be deep if that's how she's thinking.
My flunk is that there's like the last like interaction that like Sawyer and Margie were best friends like during their childhood, but like the last interaction they had and kind of like the last like, I don't know, the end of their relationship before they went off to their separate schools, there was like a lot of tension there. And that's like, this is like part of Sawyer's backstory that like I have not shared with y'all yet. But my flunk is that like, I think like I haven't been playing that. I've been playing it a little too like, we're chill and we're best friends and everything's fine. Like I haven't been playing that tension as much.
I mean, but also, I mean, I haven't been bringing that. I've been bringing that Margie is a little bit like kind of doesn't want to look at the problem right now.
Yeah.
Which is like a little bit of Sawyer's too.
I think it makes sense. It also makes sense as like, I don't know, if you kind of have like a tense thing with someone, but you haven't seen each other in a while, maybe it's like, oh, we're
Yeah,
together
it's
again.
fine.
Or it's like, oh, the ship is crashing and the stakes
Yeah.
are really high. And so like, I think that there's room for like that tension to like come back later. Yeah. I guess maybe not necessarily a flunk, but like something that I want to start peppering in. Well, my flunk already was that like the hand holding thing. So just in general,
Yeah.
like playing that tension better. And then my A+ is one, the Elvish. That shit was gas.
Cool.
When you like told us what the translation was and everything, like that was crazy. And then the Turtle family. That was so funny. Yeah. That was
Looking
like,
for the weather feathers.
that was classic. So yeah, I love that moment. Thick sewed.
Thick sewed. Still thick area. We got a lot to do in Cato. A lot to unpack.
Good. I like it here. I'm scared for the night. We're going to have to hunker down somewhere.
Yep.
And
I don't
Yeah.
know why you think the night's going to be so different than the day.
the Briar Knight's going to be walking around.
I don't think the Briar Knight's here.
We'll see. We will see next episode. We will converse or deal with Priscilla Ruidon. We'll see what Apple is up to. We might even know the secret of Margie. And
Apple will get
maybe,
tired and just go
hopefully,
away.
we'll see if there's more Pegasi in the next
Oh, yeah.
episode.
Yes.
So tune in next week, I believe.
Hey, did you like this? Did you like us talking to each other?
Yeah, did you like us talking to each other?
Well, if you like that, then you should go on our Patreon where we talk each other more every month.
Yeah, we're talking sleepover. We have a sleepover. We have a slumber party. We have what do we have when Jared's allowed? A formal
Drunk
dinner
D&D.
party. Oh yeah, we do have drunk D&D. We've got a lot of goodies for y'all.
You thought we were funny sober? Check us out.
on 50 Jello shots that Olivia made. Check us out, jellied up.
Jellied up. All right. Thank you so much for listening.
Anyway.
Tune in to next episode, which is going to be episode 30. Crazy.
Oh my God.
Whoa.
Thank you so much for listening. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.